What's up you guys, welcome to another Road to YOJOEJUNE video. As today, we're going to briefly take a look at most, if not all, the army builders within the Cobra team for GIJOE Classified. As I always say, Cobra is essentially known to be more popular within the line, and it's not just because of the main villains, but the army builders make most of the group with their unique designs, backgrounds, and color schemes. So up first, we'll take a look at the blue uniform Cobra army builders, as here we have the Cobra troopers, officers, retro troopers, and the Valkyries 2-pack, which is by far my favorite. Looking at all these as a whole, I absolutely love it. Sure, the blues may be off here and there, but it adds the element of different rankings as each of their design can showcase their status within Cobra. The simpler design, the lower the ranking. Seems pretty logical to me. I also love the Cobra officer because of the silver Cobra logo on the male troopers. This is one of my favorite as it's beautifully done. And if you want to add in some extras, you also have the Python Patrol and the 788 Fireteam versions of the Trooper and Officer to give the team a bit more of a threat to G.I. Joe. Next, I'm going to incorporate these three into one group because each of these troop builders come with a vehicle, as we have the Stinger Driver, Ferret Scout, and Cobra Claw Pilot. I love the mixing and matching of the blues with the grays, giving it a different feel of Cobra, as the vehicles definitely gives it a lift in their roles. The Cobra Claw Pilot is another great one because of her similarities to the Valkyries, but until I see this one in hand, it's good enough to be a welcoming female as a troop builder. Next we have the Vipers, and these are among another great group of figures, as the more they make, the more color variants we're getting with the Cobra Island one, Retro, Crimson, Python Patrol, and the 3-pack. The best part is you can take away accessories to show their rankings, and hopefully at some point we'll get some VAC metal for the faceplate, or probably the Arctic one, who knows. Next, the Alley Vipers are one of the cooler ones with their designs and helmets and camo color schemes. I know the other one is called the Trench Viper, but come on, it's just an Alley Viper in blue. Either way, from the original to Crimson, I'm aware there's a lot more colors in the pipeline, as we're just getting started with these, so expect more in the future. The Televipers were another cool addition with the original Retro and Python Patrol colors, as two of the three come with a flight pod, and seeing how they come with the alternate heads and different skin tones, it offers a wide variety of troop building options. And since the Retro one has the red text on the visor, who knows who will be next. The Crimson Guards were a nice addition into the line, as we have the Standard and Retro, and seeing how the Joe team is heading into some Crimson themed characters, it's nice to give us some red troop builders instead of the blue. However, I always disliked the Mustard Guard from Python Patrol, but the design has always been decent, especially now knowing that there's a kit bash version under the name Twilight Guard has also been released under the 2-pack with the Steel Corps Commander. Next we have the Snow Serpents, in which I think are the only two done type of deal. I'm not sure if they'll continue with these, even though there are the purple ones from the Deke series, and perhaps a few more, but I guess time will tell. One is the Deluxe and the other one is the Retro that's more pearly white with light blues, just with a little less accessories. This also goes hand in hand with the Eels, as we have the standard version and the retro one. Since there's not much difference other than the backpack and facial features, either one is good to have, and here's to hope for an Eels version 2 with the robotic shark. Next we have the Techno Vipers, where one is a standard release and the red one comes with the HMS part of the 788 Fire Team group, associated with the HASLAB HIS tank. Personally, I love the designs of these and have a soft spot for them, so army building cool purple troopers add some new colors into Cobra, unless you're just into the blue and reds. Either way, I'm sure we'll see more of this guy down the line, and I can't wait. And speaking of his tank, we have the 3 tiers that came with the vehicle, so unless you have these already and bought at least 2 or 4 of these, then you'll have a pretty decent army of his tank drivers and gunners. And this also coincides with the army building gunners that will soon come with the HASLAB Rattler, so the HASLAB army builders are, I assume, in their own league. Then we have the Range Vipers, in which are one of the best sculpts Classified has to offer. I'm sure we'll see a teal one down the line, or even the Rock Viper, or even the Skullbuster, whom utilize the same designs. Only time will tell. Last but not least, as part of the other categories, we have some of the other army builders, like the Red and Blue Ninjas, Frag Viper, Mole Rats, Night Creeper, Iron Grenadiers, and even Saw Viper if you want to disregard the one who single-handedly wrecked Joe's. Some of these are pretty cool, and you can bet your ass we'll see a lot more army builders in the future, perhaps some new bats, in which we'll save for part 2. So with that said, let me know in the comments below which army builder you're excited for, and stay tuned for another Road to YOJOEJUNE video.